Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is the narcissist will destroy your life. The narcissist will destroy your life. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, all the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I would either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now let's dive into the message today. The narcissist will destroy your life. I did pull a video, and we have a letter. So let's watch this video. We're going to read a letter and talk about this issue. Here we go.
You know what's crazy about narcissists? They will absolutely and totally disrespect you and then blame you for your reaction. And then worst of all, after the fact, they'll go around to everybody in their environment and play the victim. Don't just run and hide.
You cannot get them to see that they're the problem. They are never the problem. Not just with you, with anyone. So what is talking going to do except for give them more ammo to gaslight you with, more opportunities to manipulate you with, more time to affect you with that venom? You need to run. Quit thinking you can talk your way out of a narcissistic abuse relationship. You cannot. You have to escape, develop a plan, and leave and run as far as you can. Talking is how you have been in this relationship for months, years, or decades. Thinking you can talk your way out of it. You cannot. You are not more skilled at manipulation. You got a kind heart. You don't think about manipulating. Every time you talk and he's listening, he's thinking about how he can twist your words around. Every time you talk and thinking you're going to heal this relationship, he's thinking about how he can break you down to a narcissist.
In my opinion, I think that's why narcissistic abuse is so much more traumatizing than anything else. Like, let's say cheating, for example. There's a primal instinct that even normal people have behind the action of cheating. It's not right, but there's an urge, like a primal urge that's driving you to do that. So as the partner who's getting cheated on, obviously it sucks, but you can still at least kind of fathom what's going on and why someone would do something like that. But when it comes to narcissistic abuse and ghosting and manipulation, a normal person doesn't have these primal urges to manipulate people or see people in pain. A normal person doesn't have primal urges to be selfish. They want to care for someone they love. A normal person would feel bad enough to do something and change their behavior, or at the very least apologize. When it happens to you, when someone treats you that way and you have to see people differently and the way you thought the world works isn't the way the world works, that's when you feel that trauma. Like, take me, for example. I'm a few months out, and I still, every single morning, wake up, and my first thought is, how could this person do these things to me? How could this person make me feel these things and not care? And I do not stop thinking that until I go to sleep at night.
All right, let's dive into this letter. She says, I can't forgive myself at 23. Well, first of all, at 23, you're just starting out. So yes, you can forgive yourself. All right. I found out that this is something he does a lot. His family is aware, and he doesn't care. He lets it be known how much he doesn't care. He has plenty of women he can fall back on at all times. He usually moves in with them, then turns it upside down for them when he's done with them. I forgot to add that he would take my ID when I would try to go out with my friends, so I couldn't buy drinks or get into clubs. He would always hide my keys, clothes, and shoes, and he helped me look for everything. I am 23 years old, and I believe I ran into a narcissist. He turned my life upside down. I was 21 at the time. I was in my own place and had a very good hospital job. I told myself I would get out more, party, socialize, and get to know more people. The night I met him, we exchanged social medias and began texting each other. He wanted to move very fast, like have sex. Well, that's a telltale sign of a narcissist. They want to move very fast because they need your supply. You see, they're like vampires needing blood. So they're going to move you fast because they need it. They have to have it to live. He wanted me to come to his house, or he wanted to come to my house. You know he wanted sex. You know that was all he wanted. He was so comfortable, so quick. He would talk so bad about his friends, families, and exes. I asked him why he spoke so negative about them, and he would make me feel bad and say he felt comfortable enough to vent to me. But the same people that he would talk badly about, he would hang around them. So from that, you can already tell that he's going to smear you to those people or other people. He's going to smear your name. The same way he's smearing their name, he's going to do it to you. This is another sign of a narcissist. He does it behind your back. He does everybody like that. All right? One day we were talking, and he told me he had a kid, but the baby mama didn't like him to see the child, which I thought was very weird. I asked him why, and he had an excuse. She's bitter because I don't want her, which I call BS immediately. Well, you know what? When he told you that, you should have been looking for the door immediately. Because, you know, men, I have yet to meet a man when talking about the ex and saying that she was a wonderful woman, it just didn't work out. I have yet to meet one. I know he's out there somewhere, but I haven't met one yet. And the narcissist definitely is going to demonize his ex. That's what he does, because it justifies why he keeps hopping from one to one to one. He can't stay put. He needs supply. He drains that supply and then he goes to another supply. And now he's looking at you as a fresh supply. I asked him how was he able to spend money on me and spend so much time with me but not tend to his child. I felt extremely disgusted, to be completely honest. Well, let's look at this. If he's a narcissist, it's good that she won't let him be around that child. And a narcissist is a demonic person. Demonic, as in demon. You don't want your children around that. So see, you didn't understand who he was and why it was. You see, people, when you meet these people, take time to know them real good. And just listen. Let them tell you their whole story or whatever. Don't have sex with them, but just listen and see if it makes sense after a while. When you start meeting their people or whatever, if it goes that far. And with a narcissist, if he's not getting sex from you, money, or other resources, he's probably going to discard you right away anyway. Because that's what he wants from you. That's what he needs from you. Supply. Your supply is your emotions. That's all of your energy. He's going to suck that. Your resources, your material resources. He needs that too. He'll ask you for money. You see? And he will destroy whatever is in his way to get it. Let's see what else you say here. 2 days later, I go to his house and his daughter is there. Not only is his daughter there, but he tells me he went to a temporary agency and found a job. It's like every time I called him out on something, he jumped up and corrected it. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he tells you before that he has a child. And then 2 days later, when you show up at his house or go to his house or whatever the situation was, it's a daughter there? Is this the child that he was telling you that he had? This daughter? Because in your letter, it kind of sounded like, well, okay. All right, let's move on. I'm assuming he's not used to people questioning him. Well, yeah, because narcissists don't like that. Because they are pathological liars. And they don't want you questioning that. Yeah, that's another sign of a narcissist. I stay the night. And he goes to work the next morning and leaves this kid with me. Yeah. Okay. So let's assume that this daughter, and you didn't say how old she was or anything here, but I guess she's a young child, for him to leave her with you. All right. Well, he's a narcissist, and to leave the child with you is probably a lot better than leaving the child with him. All right, let's go. I'm very shocked. Very, very shocked. Deep down, I know this is something he does a lot. He was too comfortable, and his child was comfortable with me too. I asked him if this is something that he does a lot. And of course, he denied it. Well, you're asking him these questions. And you well into the red flags. Red flags have been shooting up since you met the man. And you still going forward. You still going forward. Keep in mind, it's only been a month. Okay, now we're into the month. You stayed with him a month after all of these shenanigans. Yes, that's how fast things were moving. Within the few weeks of us talking, he told me he loved me 3 times. You know why he told you this? Remember, number 1, he's a pathological liar. Okay, that's number 1. Keep that in your mind. Number 2, he's a narcissist. He's a demon. He's a narcissist. And so he's telling you he loves you. Number 1, he wants sex. He's got to have that. Sex. He needs it for supply. Okay, so if it takes for him to tell you that he loves you to get sex, that's what he'll do. And ladies, just a tip right here. A lot of men will tell you that they love you if all else fails to get sex. That's the ace in the hole, to tell you that they love you for sex. So ladies, be aware of that. Allow him to show you that he loves you. And that takes time. Over time, allow him to show you that he really cares for you by the things that he does for you, by the way that he treats you, and the way that you feel around him. All right? All of that matters. You don't just stay with a man just because. All right. Okay. Now this is when things get interesting. You mean they get more interesting? They get even more interesting. It's been a month of us talking. Not only did he have his kid around me, he has me around his family. They were comfortable telling him they liked me for him and telling him he should keep me because I keep him in the house And since he's met me, he's been working. Did you hear what the family told you? That they're happy that he's with you because you keep him in the house and you keep him working. No, it's not going to last. It can't hinge on you. It's got to hinge on him. It's got to be something that he is, because he is just pretending to be this until he gets what he wants out of you. It's not in him to be in the house or to be hardworking. You know, his family told you that. All right, here we go. I knew I should have left this time, but I didn't. He ends up moving with me, which I didn't want to happen, but he was facing eviction. I know how that goes, because that's how the narcissist got into my home. See, I was in the same boat as you. I met the narcissist. I thought he was a nice guy, and he didn't really show me, I guess he did show me red flags, but I overlooked it like you have here. And then he pushed me to move in together. And my intuition was shouting, no, no, don't do it. No. But I didn't listen. I said to myself, because this particular narcissist was a religious man, and I'll say it again, a religious man. And I said, well, okay, how bad could it be? It was the worst mistake I ever made in my life. The worst. When he moved in, he took off his good face, and I was dealing with a demon every day. A demon. All right? So you, it's not a good situation. And he's doing you the same way. He's pushing you, facing eviction. Now he's coming to your house. If he couldn't pay his own rent, why do you need him with you? He's a loser. Why do you need this? Just like mine was. But I learned. You see, I learned my lesson and I healed. So that's why I'm talking to you this way. But honestly, I was in the same situation. I did the same thing that you're doing. He only got a job because I confronted him. I told you. So this whole time, he wasn't paying his rent. And the money I was getting from him, he was getting from other women. That's the narcissist. The narcissist has other supply now, because I told you, the narcissist is like a vampire. They have to have the blood to live. All right? To live. To a lot of people, this is not feasible. You know, how does human being needs this energy to live? Because the demon has taken over that soul. The demon has taken it over. The person is not functioning the way they were before they were possessed. It's possession. The demon is in control of this person. And yeah, he's getting money from other women, from other supply. He's got other supply. He gets whatever he needs from them. You see, he has some women that give him money. Some will give him sex. Some will feed him. Some will just fight with him. All kind of crazy stuff. Once he moved in, things got abusive. Same thing happened to me. I think it happened the day he moved in. He flipped just like that. He started hitting me, messing up my apartment, breaking my phone, messing up my car. He broke me down so bad. He would even start arguments just to leave. But he really would be cheating. Well, of course, that's what men do. They'll cause a fight in the house so they can storm out and be with somebody else. Yeah. You would think it couldn't get any worse. But I went to the doctor and I was pregnant. Wow. That was the worst. That was the worst. Now, when I was with the narcissist, he was emotionally abusive. He wasn't physical. You see, he wasn't physical. I wasn't that kind of woman that was going to take any physical abuse. But emotionally, yeah. And that, he hacked away at my self-esteem, my value, my self-worth. He just kept chopping. I don't support abortion, but I did not see me dealing with this for the rest of my life. Not being bound with that narcissist, you didn't. You didn't. But you didn't protect yourself. You see? You didn't protect yourself from it. So anyway, a child is a blessing. All right, so we'll go from there. When I told him, he threatens to unalive me and tried to twice. What? When you told him you were pregnant, he tried to unalive you? I became so scared of him. He tortured me so bad. No matter where I went, he would find me. Call me from blocked numbers. Even spit in my face. He was a different person. His eyes didn't even look the same. Well, now you see why the other woman didn't want him with her child. You need to cut this off. You need to get away from him, cut him off, period. And never speak to him again. And hopefully, you don't need him for support in any way. You don't need him for support. Because if you do, he's going to be in the life of your child. All right? And if he keeps up with it, he can be a negative influence on your child. This is a demon. Look at it for what it is. It's a demon being alone with your child. That's something to think about. All right? Okay. He would always say how much he hated his mom. So I knew it wouldn't end well for me. You should have been out of there. You should have been out of there before you got pregnant. A long time ago. I went to a shelter and later got a place. Oh, you left. Okay. I did keep the baby. Okay, so you did leave him. I love my kid more than life. His family thinks it's cute and funny. Even his mom. Well, because these are the people he came from. These are the people that produced him. They're just like him. You understand? So you can't expect his family to be any different than he is. Everyone around him enables it. He told me I was a crybaby and weak. And he tells me how much he hates me. He doesn't do for my kid at all. He never told me he has 3 other kids. Well, you know what? You allowed this narcissist to take you so fast. That you probably were not thinking clearly. Before you got pregnant just like that. Now you're finding out the truth about him. You see? Now you're finding out who he really is. Ladies, this is why I say take your time with these people. Don't allow anybody to rush you into a relationship just to take you fast in a whirlwind romance. Don't do it. Don't do it. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes. My kid being the young 4 months old, he's 23 also. Okay, so you're 23 and this guy, this narcissist is 23. I regret begging, crying, and arguing with him and his family. He took everything away from me. But God gave it right back. Okay. a nice place, car, and etc. Now that you have it right back, do not take him back. Never take him back, or you'll lose it all again. You'll lose it all again. I can't believe this happened in a snap of a finger. He doesn't help, and since I've been back on my feet, I haven't heard or seen him. Please don't look for him. He's coming back. That narcissist always come back. But beware of that. Because when he comes back, he's coming to destroy you. He's coming to take everything that you have built. And he will do that over and over and over again. He's not back with you right now because he's over here using somebody else and destroying their lives. When he's done with them, he'll either come back to you or go to a new supply. That's the way the narcissist works. He's never really done with you. He'll just put you on layaway. He'll be back later. Okay? I don't reach out anymore. I hope you never reach out again. Not to him. He would try to contact me, but I ignore it. He told me multiple times he didn't care for me or my kid. And when I try to communicate, he records our conversations or texts and flips the narrative. I think I ruined my life at 23. No, you did not ruin your life. Your life is just beginning. All right? But what should you do at this point? Number one, do not ever take him back. That's number one. Number two, you must heal from that narcissistic abuse that you suffered while you were with him. The hitting, the downgrading, the devaluing, all of that is narcissistic abuse, and you must heal from that. You might not feel it, but it's in your psyche. You understand? You got to get it out. Or, if you don't, you're going to meet another narcissist. He's going to come in the same way, love bombing you, everything is beautiful, and do you the same way this narcissist did. Because all narcissists are controlled by the same demonic energy. The same demon is controlling all narcissists. They all do the same thing. And if you don't heal, you see, healing gives you a protection around you and guards you from these negative energies, okay? And raises your vibration. See, narcissists are in the low vibrations. You got to raise above it so these energies don't affect your life. Now understand, people, the narcissist's mission. The narcissist is about destruction. He's out to kill, to steal, and to destroy. That's his mission. That's all of his mission. He doesn't love anybody because he doesn't love himself. There's no love there. It's a demon. Demons don't love. You understand? He doesn't have any empathy. He doesn't care anything about you. He doesn't care. In fact, he finds pleasure in hurting you. You need to understand this. You need to get away from that narcissist and guard your child from being around that narcissist. Narcissists do a lot of evil things, especially to children. Many of them will sexually abuse their own children. Be careful. And since he's already put his hands on you, he could be physically abusive to your child. You don't want that. And the way that he talked to you and treated you, do the same thing to the child. Your child should not grow up around that toxicity. And you need to heal. If you go on my channel, there is a video that I put up, how to start your spiritual healing. That's a great way for you to watch that video and start healing from this narcissistic abuse so that your life will continue to flourish. All right? You're doing good now. But if you don't heal, you could lose it all. Just like that. Just like that. Healing will give you protection and raise your vibrations, and your life will continue to prosper. I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps. Now it's time for today's affirmation. And we do these affirmations to help with your spiritual growth. Also, these affirmations change the way that you think about yourself. And we all know what you think creates your reality. All right? So here it is. This present experience is a stepping stone to a new awareness. This present experience is a stepping stone to a new awareness. My spiritual growth comes to me in ways I don't quite expect. I know I am always safe. This present experience is a stepping stone to a new awareness. People, let this affirmation be a blessing to you today. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here is the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.